Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch Your Time. So today I've got in another Accurist. It's been a while actually since I featured an Accurist on the channel. You may remember I featured in a watch that I thought was the Casio Duro Killer. I own the Casio Duro now, and I've had my hands on that Accurist, and I must say it could well be. It's become more and more difficult to find. I hasten to add. I'm not saying this because of my video, but I think more people have come onto Accurist as a brand. My friend Adrian over at Somewhere in Time did sort of put me onto them, and this is his watch, so please head over and check him out. But yeah, the thing is with Accurist, the problem is I find is they're not all winners, and they do some really nice watches, but they also make some crap as well. I won't be honest. And this is probably somewhere in between, if I'm honest. I don't want to give too much away, but I wouldn't pay the retail price. But I would definitely bring it in if you can get it for the right price. So, yeah, I hope that doesn't give too much away. But I appreciate you tuning back in, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. As you can see, it's another Accurist. This one's a 7328. Another diver. I did have a diver in a while ago, and I was massively impressed with it. I'm not going to lie, the specs for what you get were quite phenomenal. Normal sort of colour, purpley, pinky sort of box it comes in. Decent pillow. Inside, I've taken off 2 links. I know Adrian over at Somewhere in Time, who let me borrow this watch, he did ask for a couple more links. There's 1 in there and there's 2 there. So yeah, I would generally need to take 1 out for my wrist. So if you've got a wrist bigger than sort of 7.5, you're probably going to need some more links. This is the instruction guide, 2-year guarantee and so on. But yeah, let me just put all this stuff away. If you've seen this box once, you've seen it 100 times. Signed of Accurist London at the top also. Let me put this to the side. And this is what you're left with. As you can see, it's quite a striking watch actually with the green sunburst dial. So yeah, the model of this again is 7328. Inside, as you probably can tell by the ticking motion, it's running a quartz movement. So the strap, every element you can see aside from the crystals, that's the bezel, case, crown guards, case back, bracelet and clasp, but all 316L stainless steel. The case thickness is 13.5 millimeters. The diameter, going from the 8 to the 2 is where I normally measure, is 43.6. And when you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it's 47 millimeters. The lug width is 22, and the lug to lug, tip to tip is 50.6 millimeters, but it does have quite long male protruding end links to the center link, so that does become 56.1 millimeters. So just bear that in mind. Not a small watch by any stretch of the imagination. The case back, I'll show you, is signed, and it has got the Accurist print sort of engraved onto the back. And it just says the water resistance, the model number, and all that good stuff that you normally get. The bezel is, as I said, is stainless steel, and it is a 90 click bezel. A bit unfortunate, but I'll let you have a quick listen. Yeah, the clicks, I'm not gonna lie, the clicks are pretty cool. Not too bad at all. I do think the clicks are very positive, very consistent, no bounce, no backplay. It's kind of what you want in a bezel. The crown is signed and it is also screwed down, as you can see. It's got the A there. Sometimes in different lights it looks like you're wearing a watch from the Avengers, but it is A for Accurist, in case there's any ambiguity. The strap it comes on is stainless steel. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit gnarly. All sort of folded and pressed construction. Yeah, not a very nice bracelet, I'm not going to lie. And that also extends to the clasp, where it's all fully pressed and a little bit sharp in places also, so the clasp isn't anything to write home about, and it was also signed on the catcher just with the A for Accurist. The crystal, I'll turn the watch the right way around, is mineral crystal. So again, you're not getting sapphire on this watch. And for the recommended retail price of £100, give it a quartz. I think they probably could do, but I think you'll probably more pick this up for sort of half that price, which is what my friend Adrian did, in and around that sort of figure. The water resistance to this watch, as you probably can see down at the 6 o'clock position, is 200 meters, so that's 20 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right hand corner. It's in and around 166.2 grams. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a little bit more detail. So you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Just inside that, you've got applied indices everywhere. The battens are slightly larger or longer, if you like, at the 12, 3, 6 and 9. All loom filled, and you'll see that at the end. And also the hands are also loomed. So yeah, you'll also see that at the end. You got the, let me unscrew the crown. As you can see, it's sort of like quite a textured dial. It's different. So inside, your inner ring, then you've got a slightly outer ring of that, and then it goes to the minute track. But let me put it to the 20 past 8 position. That's kind of normally where I like to operate, so you can see everything. Obviously, it's a hacking movement. It is an automatic, is a quartz watch, so you'd expect it to stop there. You pull it all the way out, it will hack. You put it back in, it will start up again. You take it to the first position, if I can get it. You can change the date and just scroll through whatever date you want to put in. Put it back in, and you can screw it back up. The engagement with this crown is actually very, very positive. And I do like the fact, and I've probably said this before, I do like the fact that the date window is at the sort of 1/2 position. I like it when the date window is put in a place where it doesn't detract from the symmetry of the watch. I do like the watches to be sort of symmetrical, so that, and obviously with them not having to change the size of an indices and so on, it does allow for that to be the case. So if you have it sort of like there, anywhere there, or sometimes if they put it above the indices at the 6 or remove the indices at the 6, for me I still quite like that, because again it doesn't mess up the symmetry of the watch. But yeah, that's the dial, guys. A nice green sunburst dial, as you can see. Just below the indices at 12 o'clock, you've got Accurist, and just above the indices at the 6, you've got the 200 meters. They're just both printed on. And like I said, the green sunburst dial, you get different shades of green as it plays with the light, which is really, really nice, actually. But that's the dial. Let me pop it on the wrist now, guys, and show you what it looks like on my wrist. As you would have seen, generally, I would have had to take out one link as you buy it. And it fits me. I've put it on the middle micro adjustment, and that's what it looks like on my wrist. I will also show it to you in daylight conditions, just so you have an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. As you can see as well, probably from me wearing it, it is basically all brushed construction. It does have a nice polished chamfered edge going around the edge of the case, which just offers a nice contrast. And as you can see, as I'm wearing it, it plays with the light nicely along with the sunburst dial. But that's what it looks like on my wrist, guys. And obviously, if you ever watched this before, you'll know we now go on to what I think is pants and pukka about the watch. And I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with pukka. So what I think is pants is I'd go with the 90 click bezel. I'm just not a fan of them. I don't get them. I don't understand why companies can't commit to 60 or 120. 90 is just not for me. I don't understand it. The bezel alignment, yeah, it doesn't matter where I put it. It's kind of off. So the bezel alignment's a little bit disappointing. And the bracelet and clasp, the main thing, the watch itself isn't too bad. So, but this bracelet and clasp is gnarly. Like, honestly, I don't know if you can make it out, but inside you can see where it's all folded, and it just, look at that. That sounds like a rattlesnake. That is not nice. And that's even with the clasp. The fact it's a little bit sharp in areas. Yeah, I suppose for the price, but if you paid £100 for this, would you expect it to come on a bracelet like this? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would, to be honest. So yeah, just to surmise what I think is pants, I'd go with the 90 clip bezel. I'd go with the bezel alignment and the bracelet and clasp in terms of what I think is pants. And what I think is pukka, I like the dial. I'm not going to lie, I do like that dial. The green sunburst dial, it just gives you so many different sort of looks in different lighting conditions in terms of the green, different shades of green. In some areas it looks quite dark, almost black. But I love that. I love the fact it just plays with the light as it does. The hands and indices I like the fact how how the hands are applied. Excuse me, the indices are applied. Everything's done pretty well. It all lines up nicely, and I like the fact because of the color, it matches the hands. And yeah, just yeah, good effort, to be honest with you. The bezel, in terms of how it feels, like I said, no bounce, no back play, and the clicks are so consistent and crisp that yeah, I'm liking the bezel, the way how tactile it is and how it feels. Not that it doesn't line up very well, but in terms of how it feels, yeah, that's cool. The crown is nice actually, guys. The crown is a good size, very easy to grab hold of. It's got good knurling on it. Also signed. The crown is very nice actually. And just the finishing, forget the bracelet, but in terms of the brushing and the chamfered edge for the polishing, I think it's finished reasonably well for the price, to be honest. I don't think you could expect much more in terms of the finishing, but yeah, they're the things I think are pukka. So just to surmise, I would go with the dial, I'd go with the hands and indices, I'd go with the bezel clicks, I'd go with the crown, and I'd go with the finishing, mainly of the case really, because the bracelet and clasp are a bit of a write-off. If you buy this watch, you probably want to replace that, to be honest. And would I recommend this watch? If you can get it, they retail for £100, and I've got to say I wouldn't pay £100 for this watch. I had a different Accurist in before, which had sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel. It was a quartz, but had a solid bracelet, solid end links. I only have press clasp, but you can upgrade that yourself. And I think when Adrian bought that one from over at Somewhere in Time, I think you paid less than £100 for that, and that's a lot more watch than this. So, but if you can get it for half the price, £50, because you like the dial and everything else, and you're going to change the strap, then yeah, I suppose it's a decent proposition, a good grab and go where it's quartz. But not completely sold on this one, like I was the other Accurist diver, but I can see the appeal. So for me, yeah, I would, as long as you're not spending any more than £50 on it. So let's put it like that. But guys, let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe another watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.